So I guess my biggest problem and concern is, how are we supposed to come to some kind of happy resolution or some understanding or some kind of agreement or some way to resolve all this problem and issue if they ain't even willing to accept responsibility at all? But I'm supposed to accept responsibility on my behalf. I have no problem accepting responsibility for my actions and my doings. But these county workers and officials, they need to start being held accountable and responsible for their actions, as it's people's lives they're playing with and toying with. Very uncool, very uncool. Made it clear I have no interest, no anything whatsoever coming down until something's resolved and can move forward. Some kind of resolution, some kind of something. Because this is not going to continue in my life anymore, no way. So there's only two options. I sit here and I wait them out as long as I can, or they try to come up here and try and get me and grab me and get me down from here. The first option, me waiting them out as long as I can wait them out a long time. The second option, they come up here and try and grab me and try and arrest me, try to grab me and get me down from this height. The only thing that can happen is casualty. That's absolutely it. And at that point, absolutely 100%, something will be done then. Then there will be an investigation. What was going on? Why was that person up there? What's all this? What is all this? At that point, the ball will come unraveled, and at that point, it'll definitely be looked at, investigated, and something will be done. So, the option two of them trying to come up here and get me, something happens, whatever. At that point, something will be done, it'll be investigated, and there will be an outcome, and something will be done. Definitely bottom line. At that point, if that happens, I'm not around, well, I'm not around and I don't have to deal with it and keep going through it, so it's resolved on my end. I don't have to continue to live with this, and it's beyond stressful, it's beyond any word that you could fathom or even think of or make up. The only way I can explain it is being pushed to the point that you're up on a billboard sign, as long as I've been up here so far. Tomorrow will be 2 weeks. And in these 2 weeks, nothing at all whatsoever. Have they been trying to do anything about resolving anything, looking into it? Nothing whatsoever. This is all solid fact on their wrongdoing, their misconduct, and the way they handled it, the way they dealt with it. And they think they can just do that because they're in power and they can just do that to people. If there's laws and statutes set in place and we got to follow them and abide by them, what does that say about them? They need to be held accountable for their actions, their misdoing, their misconduct. If everyone else has to, they need to as well. They're not willing to take any responsibility or resolve it or nothing whatsoever. 2 weeks later almost, tomorrow. And still they're saying the same thing, same game, and straight up, they're aware and they know they're wrong, and I'm not going nowhere. Set me up at the gates of hell, but I won't back down. I will not back down. I do not want to get in trouble. I do not want to get any more charges. I do not want things to get worse. I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to hurt no one else. But I won't continue to be abused by a legal system like this. Absolutely will not. And I'm not afraid or worried or concerned about it, and I say it and I post it publicly and say it loud and proud that I won't. I've never felt any better about doing anything in my life, except for at this point in time right here. There's nothing at all about this that makes me feel bad or concerned or whatever. 100% deep down inside, I have no concern or worry whatever of what I'm doing. Yes, I'm trespassing. Yes, it's illegal and that's wrong. But I'm not worried or concerned one bit at all about me being right or wrong on what I'm talking about. 100%, 1 billion percent, I have enough faith inside that what I'm talking about is 100% factual and true. As in their own words, everything can be backed up. By their own statutes and laws, everything can be backed up how it should be done and dealt with. No one concern, not one worry about me being in the wrong whatsoever. Besides, I can admit my wrongdoing, and like this is wrong. Me, trespassing. But I've tried everything all the way down the line. And you can see how they deal with it and how they dealt with everything so far, and that's how they do it. And And everyone says, oh, this ain't the right way and there's other ways. And like, if these official people feel they're just not going to do anything, they're not going to do anything. They're in charge. They hold power. What can you do? What can you do? You just got to take it and you got to live with it, and that's the world we live in. We're not in Russia. We're not in Japan. We're not in China. Kim Wam or whatever is not in charge of us. I mean, beyond ridiculous. No matter what, when my feet touch ground, next time they touch the ground, I know 100% for a fact that this problem is done and dealt with, and I can move forward and hopefully try and put it behind me and start picking up pieces of my life and try and move forward, you know. 100% fact, I know when my feet touch the ground, no matter what. How they touch the ground, how they get there, I know when they do. If this problem's behind me and it's dealt with and something's done, and that's all that matters to me. That's all that matters to me. Because living with this is not something you just live with and wake up every day after day after day with something like this on your back, and like, it's always there. The problem's always there, and none's gonna ever change or go away about it until you stand up and do something and change it. I tried everything I could, doing it the right and the positive and the way you're supposed to do it, by the book, by the law, by this whatever. I mean, I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get hurt. I don't want anything out of this to go any further. I don't want any of this to be negative in any way. I just want it done and over with and be able to come down and take my lickings for trespassing and move forward and yeah.